Hopefully you're having a better Monday than I had a Friday night. Oh no. Yeah, that was a weird one, but I just got back from the hospital. It was a weird thing. I actually got uh wasn't serious. It was actually one of those like I was going to be safe than sorry. And I paid a freaking price for it, man. Um, yeah, I just went because I had stubbed my toe pretty badly, and I say that with like knowledge of how stupid that sounds, but if you hear me out, you'll understand what I mean. It's like you do things like that, you kind of lose respect from people, and then you're like, but it's also like a realistic, like, yo, if you don't know what that is, then, just get it checked. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was sitting over there. I didn't want to go to the hospital for that. And then my dad comes into the car and be like, comes out, drives up to pick me up at 3. So I get out at like 1 in the morning. He comes in at like fucking 4 in the morning to pick me up. And I'm like, Dad, what the fuck? Yeah, I was pissed. But I'm also like aware enough to know you can't say that to him because he just picked your ass up, and it's just not gonna work. You know what I mean? That's not how that works. Just play nice, and hopefully he's a little bit understanding. Nope, he's the asshole that goes, well, you stubbed your toe. Why'd you go to the hospital? It's like, bro, like it was making colors. I didn't understand that. And the insult to injury is I get home and I realize, yeah, I texted him saying, do I go to the hospital? Like, do I do anything about this? What do I do?
Oh.
He didn't respond, so he should shut his fat mouth. Yeah, that's what I lived with for a long time. People with like no accountability. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I'm like aware that it was
Oh.
stupid to go to the hospital late at night. But I'm also aware of like realism. Like like I said, if you don't know what's going on with your body, no harm. I'd rather I'd rather get the bill than to like get freaking my toe cut off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'd rather at least try than to not have my toe cut off.
Jesus.
You get what I mean? Like, but nope, not to that idiot. Yeah, that was like one of those things. Like once he started talking smack, I was like, yep, well, I'm gonna be doing a video about this, doing a video about that. Really, right off the bat, I'm like, yep. That was so weird too, cause it's what 6:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, whatever time it is, hour and a half, 2 hours later, hour and a half later, rather. And he's
Oh.
like, I still hate that. I hate doing that, but woo, he just got under my skin, you know? Idiot, complete moron, you know? Likes
Oh and
to
one.
likes to make himself out to be this victim, and like what I hate is like part of me is like one of the things I know about myself is I feel bad for him to get him out 3 or 4 in the morning. I hate that. I hate that. I actually do for like the reason of multiple reasons. One is it's 3 or 4 in the morning. Nobody wants to be up at 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, I feel empathy for that. The other reason it's a far more not good, not universal reason is pretty much my parents are dicks. They don't understand that this isn't like, it may not be a regular occurrence, for me to do this stuff,
No balls, two
so
strikes.
they like to pretend that if it happens once, it happens every time. And it's like, no. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, if I didn't come across my problem at 11 o'clock at night, I wouldn't be in the freaking hospital. You know what I mean? if I had taken my sock and shoe off earlier
I got the
to
count.
go to
1 and 2.
bed, which never happened, you know, I would be at Concerta urgent care, you know, something like that, like a walk-in clinic, you know, not like the freaking hospital. Because I don't really want to go to the hospital. Don't bother me none, but I'd rather take care of my problems outside of the hospital for a couple reasons and whatever. It's just like they like to believe their own stupid, demented beliefs, and I'm just like, yep, this is a fail. You know what I mean? It's a fail. It's like one of those things where like I get out of the hospital, I text them all throughout. I got them on Messenger. I did that because I'm like, you know what? In the hospital, they kind of make your cell reception really hard to use. So it's like, okay, just get them on Messenger. Start messaging them. You know, like, I mean, the things I hate is the shame. Like, why are you throwing shame at me? You know, if anything, I'm a diabetic. You should be happy that I'm trying to take care of something. Instead, I got you over here shaming me. I got my dad over here shaming me for like stuff that's just like, oh, like why?
That's out.
There's worse things to be doing at 3 or 4 in the morning. Why? What do you care? Like, you know, I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm taking care of things. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like one of those. They just don't have a foot in reality sometimes. Like. Me, like, I have my foot in reality because I'm willing to say it's a stupid call, but it was like one of those things where you, like, realize it was the only call to make, you know? Other than just ignore it and put your hands over your ears and go, nah, 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 which is not good.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Like, because with health, mental and physical, it's better to be on top of it than to like put it off, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'd almost rather have them get mad at me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, fuck you, I'm doing this and I'm learning something, you know? You know what I mean? Suck it and we're just gonna solve the problem, you know?
All ones the count.
You know what I mean?
Oh, 2 is the count.
Those are pitches like right in the strike zone too, so there would have been strikes either way. They weren't like, you know, that was
that's
inside.
the ball.
Oh, crappy.
The count is 1 and 2.
Yeah, change up, but okay. So the first pitch was a ball, but fuck it. You know, I'm a free swinger. I really kind of just, yeah, I don't really care about that too much sometimes. But yeah, it's like one of those things where a free swing, who cares? And I'm like, oh, it's so weird. It's like so weird doing the Pirates again, to be honest with you. 'Cause I'm just like,
0 and 1.
fucking pissed. I'm pissed. And my dad was like being a bitch. Like he was being an ass. Like, you know, because I was thinking to myself, I was lucky that I had my headphones in before he picked my ass up, because I'm like, ooh, I don't want to listen to him. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear him, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, there's sometimes when you're like, you know what I mean? When you're just like, no. You know what, Dad? No, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, putting things off when you think they may be serious is one of the dumbest things you can do with physical health and mental. And he's probably like, oh, just put it off. You stubbed your toe and you went to the hospital. Well, if it broke my toe, yeah, I'm going to the hospital. Like, fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's just like, he's such an asshole. He is an asshole. I can't even sugarcoat it. Yeah, no, there's no, like, sugarcoating it. My dad's a stickler. And I mean that, that's why, like, I always kind of use the less appropriate terms, like, for stickler, like bitch or asshole, because in this case, it is like that. You know, it's like,
Hey,
dude has to get off his high horse. Dude has to understand that things aren't perfect. You know. What he also should understand is if I had $20 in my pocket, we're not in this situation because I call a fucking Uber. Because I deposit that money. Like, why the fuck would I? Nope, nope. We're gonna focus on the
all
fact
ones
that I
the
had to
count.
pick you up because that's the right thing. No, no, no. Let's focus on the real facts. Would I even need you if I called an Uber? No. You know what I mean? Would I really? You know what I mean? I just, and I was like, I was pissing myself. I was so scared because like the hospital is not in a good part of town, and I just didn't want to. You know what I mean? Luckily, I didn't go to Hartford. Hartford would have been Hartford Hospital. That neighborhood is terrible. I mean, I don't. I used to do deliveries in Hartford when I did Uber Eats. I didn't do them at night for the reasons of for safety. So yeah, that should say a lot, about me. Like trying to be like, a little bit protective of myself. And when it's like 4 in the morning, do you think I'm gonna want to be at Hartford Hospital, like in the roughest,
No
one of the
balls,
rougher
two strikes.
parts of the city? I don't want to be in that. I will not. Like give me the Manchester area I was in, which was still pretty rough. Any day of the week, because that's just a different ball of wax. Oh, yeah, this is a weird thing I'm doing, right? It's always a weird thing. No matter what, it may be normal, but it's a weird normal, damn it. Nope. Well, I just I wanted to make this video, to be honest with you, to get that shit out of my system. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is my dad. He's a piece of crap. I mean, I kept thinking about it all the time. I'm waiting for like 3 hours for them to pick me up. And it's like, dude, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I going back to these idiots? Other than the fact they've got food and that they patronized me, they gave me, I don't know, some bullshit. It's like, yeah, no, these people aren't really, like, supportive. Like, my friends, who I was also trying
All
to get
in
a
one.
hold of, and my Aunt Donna, were more supportive. You know what I mean? They were more like, yo, I was trying to get a hold of them, and I got a hold of them easier than my damn
He's
parents.
out.
Like, you know what I mean? And there is some built-in excuses. They have sleep apnea, meaning they have those big machines that fucking make noise. But by the same token, you get called 8 times, like a piece. Ooh, that's not sleep apnea. That's you being an idiot, or you not waking up. Which is, like, to be honest with you, again, like part of me is
I got
also
the count.
aware you
0 and
can't
2.
fault them for not waking up, but you can like totally be like, oh, pissed. I'm mad. I'm still mad. It's like one of those things where it's like to deal with all that crap. It's just not fun. It's like not a fun Friday night. But one of those. You live, you learn, you start going, a little crazy from the insanity pills. Hey, I gotta have some fun sometimes. Yeah, we're kind of coming up to maybe the minimum here in a minute or two. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, this part of me is like, yeah, I just want to keep making videos. Part of me is also like aware that my videos have been lagging in views and shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? this might be the last half inning I play. So this might be close to the end just because we're like within a minute. And I mean, to be honest with you, I gotta
Ball
get
one, no
on
strike.
base at this point. So yeah, finally, no more personal problems from Joanna. Just baseball.
Foul ball.
Nah, you know, like unlike the Whalers video where I'm trying to keep it more into the the actual rebuild. I'll talk. I don't care. Personal topics, whatever. We're coming up to the minimum in like 30 under about 20 seconds anyway, so who cares? Yeah, right. The minimum, the golden rule. The
Counts
one
1-0.
rule to rule them all. We just basically hit it in 5 seconds, so. The stupid rule to rule them all. Yeah, we hit it. Oh, crap. We hit it and we fouled it off, yeah. So basically it kind of really works out pretty well for me then. Woo! Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, well, that was interesting. That ends it pretty much. Not gonna lie. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually happy that the game was tied still. Because that means we could still kick ass. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great day and bye-bye.